Today, from the Superdome in
the first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Again, it's Miller. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to Chris Olave.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Here's 3rd and 9.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, But you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Dumps it complete to Miller. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 6-0 our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll drop to throw. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Well, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Still going inside the 20.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Now the try here for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside.
Nine yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. They'll set up to throw.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Back now here live in New Orleans. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Kenneth Gainwell, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Hurts will throw.
Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Well, after that, it's not hard to see where the momentum is pointing because it's squarely on his side after a heads-up play to jog that one in for another 2 points.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's complete. It's the rookie from USC.
And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The throw over the middle taken in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They'll look to throw again.
Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Back to throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here trying to preserve the lead. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah.